The observation deck of the Galactic Council station hummed with the usual blend of translator static and nervous breathing. 6 species sat in a semicircle, their various appendages fidgeting, tapping, or coiling with barely contained anxiety. At the center of their collective attention sat a human. Just one. A single representative from Earth, looking entirely too comfortable for someone whose planet was under investigation. Ambassador Krell of the Vorthan Collective leaned forward, his 3 eyes blinking in sequence. Let me understand this correctly. Your species requests full membership in the Galactic Council. However, our biological surveys indicate that Earth only recently became habitable for intelligent life. The readings are, frankly, disturbing. The human, a woman named Maya Torres, smiled. It was not a comforting expression. Define recently, she said, crossing her legs and leaning back in her chair like she owned the place. Krell's scales rippled with confusion. Approximately 12,000 rotations of your planet around its star. Before that, the atmospheric composition, the predator density, the sheer violence of your ecosystem. He trailed off, mandibles clicking. What changed? What cataclysm made Earth suddenly safe enough for your civilization to develop? Maya's smile widened. Oh, nothing went extinct naturally, if that's what you're asking. Dead silence. Even the station's ventilation seemed to pause. Counselor Vex, a floating jellyfish-like creature from the nebula depths, pulsed an alarming shade of crimson. Explain. Immediately. Well, Maya said, pulling out a small holographic projector. You asked what went extinct to make Earth safe. The answer is simple. She activated the device. The air above the table shimmered, and an image materialized. It was massive, scaled. Teeth like serrated daggers filled a jaw that could swallow a Vorthan whole. The creature's eyes held nothing but hunger and prehistoric rage. We call them dinosaurs, Maya said cheerfully. Lovely creatures, really. Ruled Earth for about 165 million years. Made the planet absolutely uninhabitable for anything soft, squishy, or interested in agricultural development. Krell's middle eye twitched. And they died in a natural extinction event. We studied this. An asteroid impact. Your species had nothing to do with it. Oh no, not the dinosaurs, Maya said, waving her hand dismissively. They were already gone. I'm talking about what came after. She swiped the hologram. The dinosaur vanished, replaced by something smaller, but somehow more terrifying. It was covered in brown fur, with eyes that gleamed with unsettling intelligence. Its teeth were enormous, curved like scimitars. The creature stood upright, somewhere between cute and absolutely horrifying. Behold, Maya announced with theatrical flair, the cave bear, along with its friends, the saber-toothed cat, the dire wolf, the short-faced bear, the terror bird, and my personal favorite, the megalania, a lizard the size of your average shuttlecraft. Vex's entire body quivered. These creatures coexisted with early humans? Coexisted is a strong word, Maya said. Competed is more accurate. Violently. See, Earth didn't become safe because something went extinct naturally. Earth became safe because we made it safe. We looked at these apex predators, these killing machines that had evolved over millions of years to be perfect hunters, and we said. She paused for effect. No thanks. You committed genocide against your own planet's megafauna? Krell's voice rose 3 octaves. Maya shrugged. Genocide implies we did it on purpose with some grand plan. Mostly we just wanted to not get eaten. And we were really, really good at not getting eaten. Turns out, when you give a species opposable thumbs, complex language, and spite as a survival mechanism, they become terrifyingly efficient at removing obstacles. She swiped again. The hologram showed a progression. Humans with sharpened sticks, humans with fire, humans with coordinated hunting strategies that would make a military general weep with pride. We were weaker than everything else, Maya continued, her voice taking on an edge that made several counselors lean back. Slower than the cats. Less armored than the bears. Smaller than basically everything that wanted to eat us. But we had something they didn't. We could plan. We could communicate. We could hold grudges. Counselor Thren, an insectoid from the hive reaches, clicked nervously. You hunted them to extinction? All of them. Not just hunted, Maya corrected. We outcompete them. We took their food sources. We expanded into their territories. We used fire to reshape entire ecosystems. We domesticated the wolves that competed with us and turned them into dogs. Dogs. We literally made our competitors into our friends, and they helped us hunt everything else. The observation deck had gone completely silent. 6 species stared at the human with expressions ranging from horror to fascination. Maya stood up, walking around the table with the confidence of someone who knew exactly how this conversation would end. You want to know when Earth became safe? It became safe when we decided it would be safe. When we looked at a planet full of monsters and said, "This is ours now. You can leave, or you can die, but either way, we're staying." Krell's voice came out as barely a whisper. What happened to the creatures that chose to stay? Maya's smile returned, cold and sharp. We have museums full of their bones. The silence stretched like pulled taffy. Counselor Vex had turned a sickly purple color that his species usually reserved for funerals. Krell's 3 eyes were all focused on Maya now, unblinking, as if looking away might result in his own extinction. "Let me clarify something," Maya said, still walking around the table like a professor delivering a particularly disturbing lecture. "Because I can see the calculations happening in your heads. You're thinking, okay, so humans killed some big animals. So what? Lots of species hunt." She stopped behind Thren's chair. The insectoid flinched. "But here's the thing," Maya continued. "We didn't just hunt them. We erased them. Completely. The woolly mammoth? Gone. The giant ground sloth? Vanished. The Irish elk with antlers 3 meters across. Museum pieces. And we did this with rocks and sticks and fire. No plasma weapons. No genetic engineering. Just determination and pattern recognition and an honestly concerning ability to throw things accurately." Counselor Bryn, a reptilian from the scorched systems who had been silent until now, finally spoke. His voice came out rough, like grinding stones. "How many megafauna species did your kind eliminate before developing modern technology?" Maya tapped her chin, pretending to think. "Conservative estimates? Around 178 species. Give or take. North America alone lost about 70% of its large animal genera within a few thousand years of humans showing up. Australia lost even more. Funny how that timing works out, isn't it?" "Funny," Vex repeated weakly. "Yes, hilarious. But wait," Krell interjected, his scales now displaying a pattern that meant extreme agitation in Vorthan body language. "Your ecological surveys show Earth is currently teeming with life. Millions of species. How?" Maya's expression softened slightly. "Because we eventually got smart about it. Took us a while, not going to lie. We went through a phase where we killed almost everything. Whales, tigers, elephants, you name it. But then something interesting happened." She pulled up another hologram. "We developed guilt." The image showed vast parks, protected reserves, breeding programs. Humans carefully tending to creatures that could absolutely kill them if given the chance. "We looked around at what we'd done and thought, maybe we went too far," Maya said quietly. "So we stopped. We created sanctuaries. We brought species back from the brink. We cloned extinct animals. We passed laws protecting creatures that our ancestors had spent millennia trying to destroy. Because here's the thing about humans." She looked each counselor in the eye, one by one. "We're really good at killing things. But we're also really good at protecting things. Once we decide something is worth saving, we become absolutely obsessive about it." Thren's antennae twitched rapidly. "This is meant to be reassuring?" "No," Maya said bluntly. "It's meant to be honest. You asked when Earth became safe. The answer is, it became safe when we made it safe. For us. And now, we'd like to extend that safety to our allies. To our trading partners. To members of this council." She deactivated the hologram and sat back down, folding her hands on the table. "Look, I get it. You're scared. You're looking at our history and seeing a species that casually committed ecological genocide with Stone Age technology. You're wondering what we could do with ships and weapons and access to other worlds." Krell nodded slowly. "The thought had occurred to us, yes." "Good," Maya said. "Fear is healthy. Fear means you're paying attention. But here's what you need to understand. We didn't wipe out the megafauna because we were evil or cruel. We did it because they were in the way, and we needed space to grow. We needed safety for our children. We needed room for our farms and cities. It wasn't personal. It was survival." Bryn leaned forward, his eyes narrowed. "And what happens when we're in the way?" The question hung in the air like a guillotine blade. Maya met his gaze without flinching. "You won't be. Because you're not mindless predators operating on instinct. You're people. You think. You feel. You create. You have cultures and art and families. And humans have a rule. We don't mess with other people unless they mess with us first. It's been our policy for the last 1,000 years. Give or take a few unfortunate incidents we're still apologizing for. A few incidents, Vex muttered. We're a work in progress, Maya admitted. But here's the deal. You let us join the council, and you get access to the same protective instinct we developed for Earth's remaining wildlife. Humans are loyal to their pack. Always have been. Those wolves we domesticated? We called them man's best friend. We died for them. We mourned them. We loved them. And they were literally our competitors for food. She stood again, this time with finality. Imagine what we'd do for actual allies. For friends. For people we trade with and learn from and share the stars with. You're not prey. You're not competition. You're colleagues. And humans protect what they decide is theirs. The counselors exchanged glances, a complex dance of nonverbal communication across species barriers. Finally, Krell spoke. This is the most terrifying membership application in the history of the Galactic Council. Maya grinned. Is that a yes? It's in. We need to discuss this privately for approximately 600 heartbeats, and then we'll vote. Fair enough. Maya walked toward the exit, then paused at the doorway. Oh, one more thing. Just so we're clear. Earth is safe now. Completely safe. We made sure of it. And we'd really like to keep it that way. So if anyone's thinking about testing humanity's protective instincts. She let the sentence hang, her smile razor sharp. Well, you've seen what we did to the last things that threatened our home. The door slid shut behind her. Silence. Then Thren spoke, his voice barely above a whisper. I vote yes. I really vote yes. I don't want to be a cave bear. One by one, the other counselors nodded. Outside, Maya Torres leaned against the wall and let out a long breath. Sometimes, she reflected, the truth was the best weapon humanity had. Especially when the truth was absolutely terrifying. Earth had joined the Galactic Council, and the galaxy would never be quite the same. If this story entertained or taught you something, please like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us grow and bring you more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next story.